Hey guys, and welcome back to Beaver Castle, a green and pleasant land where the water runs all year round. Constant flow. Well, almost. We're not producing enough power to run both of our vertical pump lines, or VPLs, constantly all year round. We do have enough power to run one, so I've actually turned one line off and we're just running on one line now. And we will find over time that our batteries will completely recover and it'll be absolutely fine. But it's not good enough. I want both of them running. So in this episode, I'm going to build a mega hydro power station to generate tons and tons of power. I'm going to put in no less than 80 water, yes, 80 water wheels fed by a complicated pump system to generate massive amounts of electricity. The trick is going to be getting more power out of the system than we're putting in. So it's kind of like nuclear fusion, except much more difficult, as you will see. Right, first job is going to be getting these trees cleared out of the way. I'm going to put in a second district. They don't look very happy, do they? Okay, I tell you what, we'll call this the Outcasts. Shunned by society. Our transporters are bringing stuff over. What have we got? Potatoes, logs, planks, water. Excellent. Everything a growing beaver needs. So now I can set about planning out how I'm going to do this. So water wheels. Power. Water wheel. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take advantage of the terrain because this is going to be stepped. So I think the first water wheel is probably going to be there. Now, if the first water wheel is there, then the second water wheel will be there and there. Oh, and instantly I'm running up against here. Now, I could have packed these in, right? I could have just said, okay, fine, I'll just put them like right next to each other and I'll just do a grid. That would be so boring. You don't come here to watch me build boring, uninspired things. You want things that are crazy and insane and no person in their right mind would ever build. Well, that's what I'm going to try and design here. Well, this is the design that I have ended up going with. I thought this was going to be relatively easy to lay in. No. It's been a bit of a nightmare to kind of get this to fit. But I got to say, I think it's going to look epic. And by the way, this is not going to be the finished thing. This is going to be the finished power plant, but there's going to be something on top of it. Oh, yeah. What, on top of it? Are you crazy? No. Well, I mean, yes, obviously, but no. Hello.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. What I'm going to do now is start the dynamiting. Oh yeah, I just remembered. to all you OCD people out there who've been having sleepless nights, I'll put these two shrubs in that I forgot. The people desperate in the comments go, please put the shrubs in. Okay, we'll get those put in. Okay, how are we doing? All right, dynamite is all laid. That's awesome. Step. Woohoo! Up here we've got the first of the dynamite sorted. Hooray! Does mean I need to make a small change. Pause the game. Take out this connector here. See, this is exactly what I mean. But people were complaining that I just threw in loads of four-way connectors down here. But this is exactly why. Whenever I use the proper connectors, I always find that I'm adding extra stuff. Then I have to take the old stuff out. Stop complaining, Sky. For God, all right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I want a three-way. What? I do. I want a three-way connector going in there. Don't know what's the matter with you. Okay, cool. Right, I will start laying up the next lot of explosives and we'll get on with it. They're really throwing this dynamite in at at a hell of a pace. It's awesome to watch. I need to get rid of the next bit of road and backfill that with dynamite. Where are we? Landscaping, dynamite. There we go. How are they getting on back at Castle Beaver? Oh, they've done it. They've done it already. That was quick. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to get rid of that little bit there. I'll refill in the path. So they can actually get round the back. I was expecting a snigger then, I didn't get one.
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't listening? No. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, you just ignore me, that's fine. Don't you worry about me. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to put the dynamite factories in. There we go. Boom, boom. I've made a change. I've decided I'm going to leave this section here. And I want this to look like the beavers have literally carved this out of the mountain. I think it might look quite cool. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to change it. Boom. Yeah, I think this is going to look quite good. So I'm just thinking about metal. We have, what, 500 odd scrap metal, and we've only got like 54 metal blocks, which is not great, and it's 2 scrap metal make 1 metal block. Double check that, and yes, 2 scrap metal make 1 metal block. So I think we need to start bringing some in. The obvious place would be here. So we'll run the path out there, and I think, what, a couple of scavengers? I would think so. Metals and scavengers. 1 there. Flip it around. 1 there. Okay, cool. I love how the sound, you can hear it travelling across. Okay, so this is where the first 4 water wheels are going to be. So water will enter the system here. Okay, let's get rid of those and we'll lay in the dynamite. Do I sound nervous? Because I blooming am. What do I want? Dynamite. So we'll have dynamite coming down here and down here. So this is the first level, and there will be 20 water wheels to each level. Now the reason that there are 20 water wheels is that water wheels actually provide resistance to water, and the way they do it is, okay, water has 2 properties. It has the water level, its height, and it has flow. And I'll show you once we actually get this working. I'll show you the flows, and you would think that the water wheels would affect the flow, but they don't. They affect the height of the water. So by the time the water gets all the way around here and passes through all the water wheels, the water level will be really low. So to get the water level to reset, you have to go down to a new level. Okay, they've done it. They've finished. The first trench is going in. You ready for this? And back it comes. Oh, awesome. Right, pause. Look. We actually have a beautiful trench. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's get some water wheels going, shall we? Power. Water wheels. So, the first water wheels going in. I'm going in. And 2, 3, 4 on that side. And then we have 2 in the center, which I'm not going to put in right now because I can't remember what the positioning is for the 2 in the center. I'll figure it out. Oh, look, the beavers are off and running. They're down here. They're grabbing some logs. They're strong, these beavers. And up they come. And what is it? 50 logs we need for a water wheel. This is at the point at which we go down to the next level. So this will go down like that. So we want to fill in all of this now. So we've got this whole trench. And this wall here will have to go down another layer. It's really starting to take shape now. Let's get this one in. All right. It's done. Okay, so what we can now do is put the road back in, which this is now at the correct level. So this will be the retaining wall for the next trench, and that is at the correct level. But this has to go down, so we detonate that. Yep, that's the level it should be at. So now I can get the dynamite again. My God, we're producing some dynamite. And across here, and up here, and up here, and up here, and around there, and then all of this, and then all the way back down again, where we'll get to the next level, where we've got to go down another level again. I just love how sharp everything looks. There we go. I almost demolished this path and started putting dynamite in, and I was like, no! No, that's not the right one. Just putting the last dynamite in this section. Okay, this is an important one, because if I take this section out, then I've got rid of all of the mismatched terrain heights, apart from this corner down here, but that's fine. So I can just focus on the design itself, and that should be very straightforward. Whoa! This is a relief. Go. And goodbye frame rate. Well, I've decided that this is so freaking cool that I'm going to extend it. I'm going to make it bigger. Because I just can't stop myself. That section. And, oh, I missed a couple of pieces. Oh, well, never mind. And the final bit. I don't know why this is so much fun, but it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to extend out. I'm going to have... so instead of having essentially 4 sections, I'm going to have 6 sections coming down to here. Okay, well, we're almost down to this level now, which is cool. I think I'm going to have to build some levees here. I can't figure it out whether I need to or not. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, that's an immense amount of dynamite. There's going to be a big explosion. Picture. You like a big one, don't you? You like a big explosion. So, sure. Here we go. Okay, boy, that was loud. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, look at this now. We've cleared it down to here. Okay, I think at this point we've had enough of explosions and just repeating the same thing. It's just rinse and repeat now, so I'm going to get it finished. So I think I'm going to extend it by one more. I can't help myself. We have got each 2 rows is 1 level. So we've got what? We've got 5 levels in at the moment. I'm going to put 2 more levels in to take us to 7 levels. And then I've started over here working on the feeding trough. This is what provides the water into the system. So it's just a trough. There's nothing. Do you remember at the beginning of the video when I said a complicated pumping system? Yeah, I lied. It's really, really simple. So there's going to be a row of 8 of these pumps across here. And then there's going to be another level and another 8 pumps down to the reservoir. And then the reservoir will be connected to this. And that is going to be the full system. And then I'll prime the reservoir by putting probably a floodgate in kind of here to release water into the reservoir. That'll prime the system. Okay, the problem I've run into, let's speed this up. The problem that I've run into is this. I actually have to remove this so that I can put this in. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this section here. I might keep this section, so it's why I've put this path around this way. So I think I'm going to keep that section. But, you know, things change. We'll see. Let's talk power connections for a second. Now, I could connect these windmills together just by running power connectors all up the center of each line. And that would be nice and simple. So I'm not going to do that. And instead, I'm going to do this. If I take out this path here and go to power, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have, there's going to be a lot of three-ways going on, basically. So three-way there, flip it around, three-way there, flip it around, three-way there. I need a couple of platforms which go in like that. Then we need... now, somebody pointed out that it's not a high-power shaft. It's a high power shaft. Dude. Sugar cookies. Oh, man. Right, so we put in the high power shaft, and we connect it with that. So what I'm going to do is reproduce that throughout the whole thing. Why am I doing it like this? Why am I putting in something complex and whatever? Because it's just visual appeal, I think, because I think it's going to be cool having this power shaft going up here, and then you skip a row, and then this one going up here, and you skip a row. And the center one, I think I'm going to end up moving this path and putting it somewhere else and just doing something different. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Right now, I still have an absolute ton of work to do. I realized that for the pumps, I'm going to need a hell of a lot of these treated planks. So I put in a couple of treated plank plants. What else have I been doing? I've been tinkering around. I've done odd bits and pieces. I've given these guys some rooftop terraces to keep them happy. And yeah, it's just a bit of a grind. I'm just waiting for this to get done. So it'll happen. It'll happen. It's an exciting moment. It's time to add the first row of pumps. Oh, I've been waiting for this for so long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They actually fit. I'm shocked. They actually fit. The pumps are all in. God, this is going to look good. The pumps are all in, and so are the high power shafts. Now, I'm doing them bit by bit so that I don't get trapped beavers. So I'm going to put all these bits in and then all the next bit. I don't know where it's a coincidence, but it seems to have happened at the same time that I've put these high power shafts in, and demand in the colony for maple pastries has gone through the roof. Dude, maple pastries. Oh man, we've also got this almost gone. And then I can finish getting rid of this bit. We can put the last bit in. We need to put in the channels to hook up to the pumps. We need the second row of pumps. We need the floodgates to prime. Oh, it's getting close. We're collecting the last bits of scrap metal. There's 3. That's 2. Come on, Beaver. You can do it. Clear out this human trash. And the last one. Don't keep us waiting. Boom. There it goes. Hooray. Okay. I'm going to rip all this out now. I think I'm going to leave this. I may even make this an island. We'll see. I haven't decided. I'm laying in, and this is a change to my original design. I'm laying in the drainage ditch that takes the water out of the system and puts it back into the reservoir up here. Was going to go up there. I think I'm going to run it up here so that we get some symmetry going on, which I think will look very appealing. My brain is melting at the moment with trying to figure like the levels and stuff. Seriously. This is, by the way, this is day 3 of this build. The first day was just coming up with the idea, research and development, planning it out. I had to do so much research about how you actually make this work. The thing is, because of the scale that I'm doing this on, I actually don't know if this is going to work or not. So, yeah, it's going to be a big surprise to me if this actually works at the end. And then yesterday was getting it to kind of down to this point, and then today has been doing this and getting all the pumps and all the rest of it. I'm just hoping that I can finish it today, get the video out tomorrow. Okay, yeah, so I need to get rid of this, rip out this dino. Okay, let me get on with it. Well, we've reached a milestone. We've bottomed out. This is the lowest point that we will dig to. Oh, I can't believe it. So we can now start putting in the second row of pumps. So one there, so that they can get to it from either end. Right, I've just ripped out all of the paths in here so that I can start putting in the power shafts and connect everything together. The question is, now that I've ripped out the paths, can I actually still get to everything? And the answer is, yes, I can. Now, if you're looking at down here and going, no, you can't get to that's because I've already put the three-way and the first power shaft in there and there. And this is why I've got to do this like section by section or like piece by piece, making sure that the beavers don't get trapped. This is the last bit of trench dynamiting. That's it. That's the entire trench system. Done. Oh, I can't wait to see the water running through it. So I decided to go with some windmills, and I think they look pretty good. In fact, I think they look very, very good. So I'm going to put some more in over here, and I've decided, like, why do I do this to myself? I was like, this bit here, this was a tile higher. I've already taken it down one, and I looked at it, and it was the same level as this, and I was like, that doesn't look right. Okay, what I'm going to do over here for filling this with water. The thing that we have to take into consideration is evaporation. Let's say I fill this up with water. That's going to slowly evaporate. So we need to be constantly filling it. But if you overfill it, then it's going to flood and it won't work. So it has to be done very precisely. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a reservoir to feed the system. And the reservoir, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down. So this is just one tile high, and then go down another 4 tiles. So I said this was going to be the lowest point. It's not actually. We're going to be 3 tiles lower than this. So we'll have a reservoir, and we'll just have one pump, and its job will be to keep this area at almost a tile, almost 1 tile full. These things stop pumping when the water gets to 0.9 of a tile. So, yeah. So that will sit on top of a 1 tile high wall here, and then we'll have a 4 tile deep, well, yeah, 4 tile deep reservoir. So that means that I'm going to have a dam, like, around here somewhere. But I've just got to figure out, like, exactly what shape and size I'm going to have it. And yeah, so all I'm doing is just knocking down entire mountains, you know, building enormous wind farms and dams and reservoirs at the same time. Hardly anything at all, really. It's all done. It's all done. Look at this. This is our reservoir. You can see that this is 4 deep here, so it's 3 deeper than this channel. Pumps in, hooked up. Our power is all hooked up. This lot's hooked in here, and this lot, which I think looks really good. Looks even better when it's pointing in this direction, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, this is hooked in here. Our pumps are actually, they've actually got a little bit of power. What's the wind situation? Wind's low at the moment. But I have 2 questions. Firstly, will this work at all? Because I have tested a little bit before I started this, but I haven't done it on this scale with this many water wheels. So I don't know if this is going to work, or is it going to, like, is a bit of it going to work and the rest of it's going to grind to a halt? I don't know. Is the water throughput going to be sufficient? Lots and lots of questions about will it just work. But there's a bigger question, and that is, will it actually kill my entire colony? Because this is going to take a fair amount of water to fill up. Like a lot of water to fill up. Like I'm thinking it's going to take a big chunk of this to fill up, which is why I've waited till the drought. In fact, I'm going to pause. I've waited until the drought has just started. With that in mind, I set up a temporary district, and I've dug a deep water channel through here. The last little bit is over here. So let's do it. Okay, so now we have access to this lake over here as well, which gives us a whole chunk more water. So I'm hoping that that will do the job, although our water levels are not super fantastic at the moment. I mean, this isn't even underwater at the moment. Anyway, should we do it? Right, this reservoir serves a dual purpose. We can both prime the system with this and keep it topped up, because these floodgates here, and they both open into this area. When I drop these floodgates, this is gonna fill up, and then it's gonna flood into here, which is gonna prime the system. Now, it would be great if we had some wind at the moment. The wind isn't terrific, but you know what? It should still work, he said, with an enormous degree of optimism, which was very, very unfounded. I'm gonna drop the gate all the way and let this fill up. And I'm even going to speed it up a little bit. In fact, I'm probably going to speed it up a lot, because it's going to take a while. Oh, look, this is already pumping some water into the system. And look, this has all gone green. This all will go green. It's going to be awesome once it actually starts pumping. So now we're just waiting for the wind, and there it is. We got decent wind. You know what I meant. Look, and there it goes. Look at it all turn green. The water's going through. The wheels are turning. Doesn't mean that they're going to continue to turn. Let's slow this right down, because as we go through, we're getting increased resistance. Now I want to show you when this filled up. I've put in some stream gauges so that we can actually see the water level here, and then let it go through some of these water wheels, and then we'll look at it here. I've also constricted the flow by putting in a thing there. So this will show us exactly what the current, the flow of water is at this point. Now, each one of these pumps adds 0.5 CMS, or cubic meters per second. So with 8 pumps, we should be seeing a throughput of 4 CMS. Now, the other thing is, let's see, where were we? I don't know what our start point was, but this is going up. Now, this is what it takes to run the system. 11,900 horsepower, which is a hell of a lot. The question is, can we get ahead of that and start making a net profit? Now, the wind has died completely, but look at this. This is still going up, because as this flows through and activates more of the water wheels, we get more power. It's still going up. Here we go. We're coming through slowly. Now let's have a look at the flow. What's the flow? So we're currently getting very limited flow, because these things are not operating at full power. So we're only getting 1 CMS at the moment. And if we look at this, this is only producing like 30 horsepower. Now, at 4 CMS, we should expect these water wheels to produce 180, about 180 horsepower each. So, the question is, will they? Let's crank this up. What is our CMS? Okay, we're at 2 CMS. That's half of the flow, and that's what we'd expect, because we're at about half power on the pumps. As this increases, which it is, we'd expect this flow to go up. 2.1. You're going to keep going up. 2.2, 2.3. Yes, the flow increases, and as the flow increases, we get more power from the wheels. Okay. Now, I'm guessing either we've run out of water, which we haven't, or the power's just dropped off. Has the power dropped off? No, the power hasn't dropped off. Why have you stopped? How's our water level down here? Okay, our water level is very, very low. We need a little bit more water. Let's throw in some more water. Quick, before we run out. There we go. Oh, they're starting to turn. Are we going to keep this up? These are slowing down a bit. How are we doing? Okay, we're over half power and going up, which is great. How's the flow? That flow's slowed down again. We're not. Don't tell me we're out of water again down here. We can't be. We can't. We are, you know. We're out of water again. God, this takes a lot of water. Let's flood it again. How are we doing? Okay, we've got flow again. We're producing... Okay, that's stalling again. It's not out of... It can't be out of water now. Let's have a look. No, we're about half a tile of water. Okay, so that's okay. Power's good to the pumps. Oh, we're spinning like crazy. What's... Oh, look at this. We need 11,900 to have a net power gain. We're at 11.5, 6, 7, 9. Yes, we're making positive power. Look, they're spinning like crazy now. We're up to 13.5, 15. That just jumped up. What's our flow? 2.5. Remember, we're trying to get to 4 CMS. What's our power output? We're at 12,000 and climbing. Oh, it's all going again. I just need to make sure that I keep the damn thing primed. Okay, water level's getting low. Quick, throw some more water in. Oh, we've got a little leak over there. Now, look at the difference in the water level. So the water level here is 0.78, and then it's going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 water wheels. This water level here should be lower. The flow should be exactly the same, but the water level should be lower. So let's see. We're at 0.78 at 2.6. Yeah, look how much lower that is. That's like half. That's 0.78. This is 0.39. So yeah, it's about half. Flow is exactly the same, but the water level drops. And then, when it goes into this spill pit, the water level, for some reason, resets. And then the water level here is higher than it is here. I don't ask me why, but that's what it does. And then we go through, and the water level drops again, and then it goes into another spill pit, resets, goes through, another spill pit, and again, and again, and again. And then the water comes through here and gets fed back, and we do it all again. Hooray! I am ridiculously excited about this. We're at 2.6. We should be seeing a flow of 4 CMS. So I'm not sure what's restricting that flow. In all my testing, admittedly, it was with a very few water wheels. The flow from 8 pumps should be consistent at 4 CMS, and we're not seeing that, and I don't know why. Where are we? Okay, we're at well, we were at 130, and now it's stopped again. Why? Our pumps are running at full power. Oh, here it goes again. It's trying again. We're okay, 140. Come on, you can do it. Hit 180, I dare you. No, it's dropping again. Why are you dropping? Stop it. Well, after much head scratching and gnashing of teeth and rending of garments and a couple of really minor tweaks, it's working. And it's working perfectly. Just take a look at this. So up here, I've moved the flow check to this point rather than up here. So 4 CMS, which is exactly what we would expect. 8 pumps producing 0.5 each should be 4 CMS. And it oscillates between 3.9 and 4.1. Perfect. This should be producing 180 horsepower, give or take. 176, 177, 178, 179, 180. Perfect. What changes have I made then? Well, you'll notice that I've taken one of the water wheels out here, and I took the other one out on the other side just for aesthetic balance. Why this first water wheel was causing a problem, I do not know. I can't figure it out for the life of me, but with that in, it wouldn't work properly, and with that out, it works properly. I don't understand it. By the way, there was no wind. Oh, I should have shown you the power. You probably saw it. I don't know what it was before the wind kicked in. It should have been around 20,000-ish. So we're producing about 10,000 net positive power, which is just beautiful. So yeah, so taking out that water wheel and widening these spill pits so that we don't get any flooding, and it's just working. Let me crank it right up. Oh, look at it go. Down here, this should be reading somewhere about 0.9. But it seems to oscillate, like the water in the system seems to kind of oscillate. And this kind of bounces between 0.7 and 1.1. And at the moment, it's at 0.8. Yeah, it just kind of goes up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. Let's have a look at the flow again. 4 CMS. Nice and steady. That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, can you get more than 180 horsepower out of these water wheels? Yeah, if you attach more pumps, you can get them up. Now, the little bit of testing that I did, and I have to say it was only a little bit of testing, I found diminishing returns with adding more pumps. Yes, you were getting more out of the wheels, but you were having to put so much power in that you were getting diminishing returns. So, yeah, I think this is for me, this is kind of the sweet spot. Other people may have differing results, and if you've done this yourself, love to hear what results you've got. So as you can see, it's pretty damn steady. What are we at? Still 4 CMS, and it's always around 180. But like I said, little oscillations, and those little oscillations kind of flow through the system. And then down here, what are we? Yeah, we're at that oscillating between like 0.7 and 1.0. So there you go. That is my mega hydroelectric perpetual motion power plant. Wow. It's it's been an exhausting journey getting this thing working, but damn, worth every second. I absolutely love it. And of course, now we've greened this area, we could have farming down here. I was thinking, because we've got this steady less than 1 tile water level, we could do some aquatic farming. But I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. If you've got any thoughts on what else you'd like me to do, or any questions about the build, or anything else that you'd like to see, then let me know. I'm going to have one last check. Where are we? We're still at 4 CMS. It's definitely in steady state now. I mean, once it's working, my God, we have got power for days. Look, no wind. Finally, no wind. Yep. We're doing 20. So we're making what? Right now, about 8. Yeah, about 8K. Something like 8K of excess power. Wow, that's just awesome. And of course, that means that that is enough. Now, we needed... what did we need for this? We needed... I can't remember. It was, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we needed 7,000 to run this. Right? We can run half of it, so we only needed 3,500. We've got 8,000 from this. So I'm going to call that a success. All I got to do is hook it up. I could actually get rid of the offshore wind farm now. What do you think? Should I get rid of it? Should I keep it for posterity? Should I hook it up? Should I do something different? Should I shut up and go away? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It has been an absolute blast. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.